Welcome back to Honest Straightforward Reviews, guys. I'm super excited today to bring to you a comparison between the second generation AirPods and also the Hammerhead's True Wireless by Razer. Now this is obviously by Apple, no needs for introduction. This video will be divided into three segments. First, I'll be looking at the boxing and opening it up and what you get inside. If you want to look at the proper unboxing of these, I've got it in the links in the description. You can have a proper look where they're sealed and I open it up for the first time. In the second half of the segment, I'll be looking at the case and build and everything like that, and I'll have a side-by-side of both these headphones, and in the end I'll look at all the features you get, the sound quality and stuff like that. Now, before I continue, this channel is solely funded by me. I'm just a normal person just like you guys, has a full-time job, very passionate about this channel. I come home and work on this channel. You can show me your support and appreciation just by subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything and it'll make sure that I can keep making quality content. Alright, without further ado, let's get this underway. So on my right, let's look at the AirPod first, okay? So very Apple, very minimalistic, love that, you know, it doesn't require a ton of information. Razer is another company that's like that. It just minimalistic, you know, not a lot, doesn't need to go into a lot of detail. All right, let's look at this. Let's do the slide challenge. This is a new challenge, and also guys, in this video stay towards the end when I talk about the audio, because normally I don't talk about the audio a lot. I just go, yep, this one is like this one is like that. This time around I'll be talking in depth about the audio, what my experience was. I'll be spending a lot of time on both of these. Please let me know how I do in the comments below and tell me if you liked it or you do like the shorter version. Anyways, let's do the slide test. What the slide test is basically how they pull out, and Apple is always really good with this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, bang, they just came out, and we have to do a few juggles, maybe a pull, and bang. All right, Razer are not too bad at all, okay? When it comes to unboxings, I don't mind them at all. Some, especially Samsung, they are a headache. Okay, so that's what you get inside the box, guys. So some paperwork for the Razer, all right? Just warranty stuff. You get the headphones here, you take it out basically there. You've got the case here which you can pull out to take it out, and you get some bits and bobs as well where you've got the hook to connect it, and like you can hook it to things, and you got USB-A to USB-C charging for the Razer. With the AirPods you just get basically the paperwork and some stickers and stuff, and that's it. You also get a cable in here as well if you're lucky. Now let's look at these two. Okay, so on my right you've got the AirPods. Okay, so basically very smooth, okay, very shiny, beautiful, not too bad at all. Okay, and if you want to unpair them and pair them to another iCloud account, so what happens with iPhones and the AirPods, if you're not aware, you just bring it close to your phone and it detects it to your iPhone, okay, not to Androids. They're not really good with Androids. So and then they pair to your iCloud, so you can have it like, so if you've got your Apple Watch, your Mac and stuff on your iCloud, it's already paired there and it's good to go. So if you want to unpair it, you just press that button in the back. Anyways, so it opens up like that. Okay, so that's basically it, and that's how they come out. Okay, that's the stem. That's basically it. That's what you get inside. Nice and neat, not too bad. Okay, I like it. All right. On the other hand, we've got the Razer. It's got a matte finish, not a gloss. Okay, straight off, and it's quite a bit bigger. You know, look at that. It's quite a bit bigger than the AirPods going into your pockets. And that's how it opens up. It's very cheap feeling. Okay, this feels a bit sturdy and strong. The plastics feel tight and good, you know, whereas this just feels very cheaply built. Okay, not that Razer are known for that. Okay, that's how it comes out, that's how it sits. Okay, it's basically the razor. Now you might say it's a complete copy of the AirPods, and on first looks, yeah, it does look like it's just completely just copied everything from the AirPods. Like, look at that circular stuff happening here, and then the out here. It's exactly like the AirPods. Okay, they've got a vent here, all right. Now this is open back and this is closed back. Okay, that's the difference. And also with the AirPods, it's the tapping that controls it. So tap for pause, tap for that, tap for this. This is a bit like tap and press. So I found that you tap and press it and hold it to make it work. And that's basically, for me, I like the shorter stem. Okay, all right, but it's not as good a fit as the AirPods. The AirPods are just so easy and they glide into your ears and they just sit there. This guy has this rubbery bit. If I take it off, it's even more uncomfortable. However, with the rubbery bit, it's a bit, I don't know, it's just too big, I think, for myself, you know. But that's basically it. And you can't do anything with both of them. So you can have the rubbery bit off if your ears are too small, but with this you can't do anything. Now let's get towards the end of this video, okay? This is where I'll be bombarding you guys with all the information about these headphones. So let's start off with the AirPods, okay? So the AirPods basically has a passable, it's okay, a balance when it comes to audio, such as classical music and audiobooks, and a under emphasis on low bass range, meaning they fail to deliver on the oomph, you know, the oomph required for bass and things like that. So if you're into bass centric songs and things like that, these guys, they are really not that good. When it comes to treble, they have an overemphasis, making vocals and lead instruments a bit bright and harsh. The one thing that I have a problem with the AirPods is it is very inconsistent with sound delivery. It depends on how well it fits you, and unfortunately they are not accompanied with an app on the phone to be able to play around with it and change it. Now this is because the frequency response consistency is very disappointing. Because of their one size fits all, sound consistently depends on how they fit inside your ear. If you get a good fit, you may get a consistent response each time. Let's move on to the Hammerheads. Now the Hammerheads have a sound profile that is very bass centric, okay? However, it's muddy at the same time. It's not clear, okay? It doesn't have that beautiful clearness which you get with some higher end headphones. For example, what comes to mind is the XM4s by Sony. They're very, very good with their bass and being clear as well. So if you like a bit of hip hop and bass centric song, this is good, okay? It also helps you immerse yourself with playing games. So it's got a gaming mode in the app as well. So in the app you can go and turn on gaming mode and play with that like that. However, the treble I feel like is low and it's dark, and it reduces the clarity and details on your mixes, and especially if you're listening to vocal tracks. So if it's vocal centric songs or podcasts and things like that, I'm afraid these aren't that good. However, what you do get with them is a bass boost or a treble boost, and it's got an equalizer and the accompanied app that helps with it. Now the frequency response on this is quite consistent. It's superb. I like it. The sound reproduction on these headphones should be very consistent every single time you're playing them. Now the AirPods, let's look at both of them in the mid ranges, okay? So the AirPods is quite impressive in the accuracy when you get it accurate how it is. So the mid and mid-low ranges are flat and well balanced, resulting in a accurate representation of the vocal and the lead instruments. With this, there's a bit of a bump in the high end which increases the intensity and clarity of vocals and lead instruments, but it's just minor enough that your music shouldn't sound too harsh or bad with these, okay? The mid accuracy on the Hammerheads are okay. There's an overemphasis on the low mids, cluttering vocals and lead instruments, while the dip through the rest of the mid range nudges vocals and leads instruments into some sort of a mix and makes them sound weak and distant. Okay, it doesn't sound as if you're there and you can listen to them. Going into tremble, as I said, the tremble is fairly flat, fairly balanced. It's okay. The low and mid tremble range are overemphasized, which adds harshness in terms of the AirPods to lead instruments and vocals and makes them sound bright and piercing. Moving on to the Hammerheads, they are subpar. Okay, I would say subpar. Most of the tremble range is underemphasized, so instruments lose their detail and presence, while symbionts like S and T's are slightly dulled as well. And let's look at peaks. Okay, so dips and peaks and things like that. So the AirPods have decent peaks and dips in performance. The dips in low bass may result in a lack of rumble and thump, while a peak in the mids to a high bass adds body and a punch to the mix, if that makes sense, you know. The Hammerheads, on the other hand, is alright when it comes to peaks and dips. The extended bumps from mid bass to low mid ranges adds boomness and muddiness to the vocals and lead instruments. Most of the mid and high mid range is recessed with weaker vocals and leads and pushes them to the back of the mix. Okay, so that's basically it. I think that's enough into going into the sounds of these two. I can go more if you guys like, so let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see more of, what I found when I use these and when I play with them. So if you guys want to see more, let me know in the comments what you think about it and things like that. That's basically it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for staying to the end. Take good care. Bye bye.